Hi, and thank you so much for joining us. My name's Fred Weaver, and I'm joined by my partner, Kevin Kauffman. We're Group 4610, Arizona's premier short sale team. We've been servicing the Phoenix area for over 3 years, doing short sales, closed hundreds of short sales in that time period at a very high success rate.
More than anybody else you'll meet.
Yeah, and enough about us. There's plenty more on this website that you can read about us, but we're here today to talk a little bit around a topic that's going to be completely applicable to you. So enough about us.
All right.
So I had a situation, just want to share this with you guys. We get asked a lot, what is it that makes you guys different than other teams? What is it that separates you from the competition or these other realtors and third-party mitigation companies and other people out there that are soliciting my short sale business?
Foreclosure prevention companies and things.
And so I thought I would just share a little example with you, just give you a little story out of our life, something that just happened this past week. I had a friend of a friend call me up, and I told my friend that he could have her call me, and so she did. And she actually called me like a month or so ago, and she said, "Hey, look, I already listed my house with somebody else. I'm really sorry, but I was wondering if you could kind of give me some advice or help. We're really struggling on a short sale with Bank of America, and we can't get them to respond. We've had an offer. The home's been on the market a long time, blah, 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 blah. They're telling us the offer's not enough. We disagree. What would you do?" And so I coached her a little bit then. And she came back to me again just this week and said, "Hey, look, I've got a scenario where somebody went ahead and they submitted a new offer, and now we're back at Bank of America, and I just want to know, how would you coach my real estate agent to do this?" And so I gave her some ideas. I said, you know what, I'd be really persistent, and I'd call the bank a lot, and if you have any problems, I always like to escalate, meaning I go higher up in the company at Bank of America, and I let them direct people down rather than going bottom up. I go top down because instructions top down get applied to.
It's more effective.
And those are really good pieces of advice. But after I got off the phone with her, I kind of looked over and I go, man, I missed it. I should have said something different. And what I should have told her, and what hit me right there when I got off the phone was, what makes us different? It's not about what we do. Now, don't get me wrong. We're amazing at what we do. We have great techniques. We have great relationships inside of the bank.
We have an amazing defined process that we follow to a T.
Bank of America, all their employees, they may not all love us, but I can promise you this, that when we ask for something, they're aware of who we are, and they respond to it because they know we close short sales. And
we're not there to waste time.
And we're not there to waste time. So when we need something to be fixed, they fix it for us. We've got plenty of relationships.
Yeah.
They're familiar with us, including the people that are over the entire department of U of A. But what I should have really told that lady is that, it's about our mindset, or what I would say, it's about our deepest commitment. We've got a friend of ours who's an author and speaker out there, and he's got a book called "If How-Tos Were Enough, We'd All Be Skinny, Rich, and Happy." And I'll just stop talking for a minute and let you, Kevin, kind of describe what that means to you and how we put that in play in our business.
I mean, understand the difference is, number one, let's get this straight, and we can all agree with it, that short sales are hard. They're difficult transactions. They're not the traditional real estate transaction. And most real estate agents aren't trained to think differently. They're trained to think a certain way to close traditional transactions. But our market has completely shifted. And the reason why Fred brought up the book, "If How-Tos Were Enough, We'd All Be Skinny, Rich, and Happy," is because that book is all about your mindset and your deepest commitment and finding solutions to problems no matter the circumstance. So your mindset, or what you're most committed to, is going to be your result.
Yeah.
So we would say, or Brian Clemmer would say, a gentleman we're friends with and we look up to, Brian would say, your deepest commitment, your intention, is your result. Yeah. Meaning what you intend to do is what you're actually going to get. And we've taken that on in our lives, in our business. And short sales is the best example of that, because we've got, I'm gonna tout my own horn for a second. We've closed more than anybody at a higher success rate than almost anybody else in the entire state and even in the country, because we take that on in our transactions.
Yeah, and I'll kind of wrap up this episode just by saying that if you choose to work with us, and we really hope that you'll contact us here on the website below, so that us and one of our team members can get back to you and just meet you personally and talk with you a little bit more on your situation. And if you do choose to contact us and work with us, I promise you that when you enter into a relationship, into a binding business relationship, whatever you want to call it, with us, we take
we take that seriously.
We take that very seriously, and the reason that we produce 90+% success is that our goal, our deepest commitment, our intention is to get your short sale closed, and that's the majority. That's the major reason why it closes. Now, there's a lot of stuff we do, why you hire us and why you pay us to do what we do. There's a lot of those reasons, but the major reason we're successful is because we have a mindset of success. We have a mindset of seeing your home close in a short sale rather than go to foreclosure, and we're not willing to take no for an answer. There's no roadblock that's going to get in our way because our deepest commitment is to get the deal done. It's not to see problems. It's not to dwell on problems. It's not to focus on all the stuff that goes wrong when we call the bank or how many times they lose your fax and all the papers you give us. All that's reality and happens on a daily basis.
We're just going to overcome it.
But we overcome it. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us today. We appreciate you watching the video. We hope to hear from you soon. Fill out the form below so Kevin or I or one of our team members can be in contact with you shortly. Thanks and have yourself a great day.